If there's treasure to be had, then I'm in.
I wish to hear more of your grandfather, King Leoric's Chancellor.
Not much to tell. I lived with my father in Chaldeum at the time. We heard that my grandfather stayed in Tristram until the end, trying to save lives. Don't know if he succeeded, but there it is. When the Skeleton King fell, my grandfather was dying from a sword wound. He had the crown sealed with him to keep it safe.
It pleases me to hear this story. Your grandfather was a good man, and surely the gods smile upon him. I am surprised to see you working so soon after your wife's passing.
There's no point in hiding my face in a pillow. You need weapons, I make weapons. Work needs getting done.
I find your devotion admirable, and the quality of your work is impressive. We will speak again. You mentioned your father. Tell me of him.
My father was a diplomat. We had a manor in Chaldeum with servants, terraces, all of that. Everything changed when the trouble started. Somehow, rumors spread that my grandfather was responsible for the king's madness. My father's work fell apart. No one would speak to him. He kept believing it would blow over, though.
But it did not?
No. I'd rather not talk about it now, if you don't mind. I've work to see to. I can tell by the look in your eye that you're not going to leave it alone. You want to hear what happened to my father?
I know it weighs upon you.
But my grandfather, no one would listen. Then one night, a week later, crazed refugees from Tristram came for revenge. I remember my father screaming for us to get out, and nasty laughter. A lot of it. Just before justice shoved me out the window, I saw my father crawling up the stairs at me, with 2 daggers in his back, and a 3rd whipping round his throat.
Your father died to protect you. There are worse things in this world than that.
Dead is dead. Doesn't matter if you've been a good person or a bad one. People die, and leave everything behind. I've done enough talking for now. There's work to do.
Your father was a good man. That is enough.
Uncle Deckard and I feel fortunate.
Who is Belial? And who is Asmodan?
Belial is the Lord of Lies. He desires power before all other things, and his 1,000 schemes are designed toward this end. His brother, Asmodan, reigns over the other half of Hell as the Lord of Sin. I sense his influence in this world, but I do not yet know where he will strike.
Then we find Belial, and he will lead us to his brother.
They are more rivals than allies in these days, but I pray that you are right.
Farewell, Protector. By the grace of the ancients, may your soul be warmed and...
Where are you from?
Kingsport, the city...
And your trade?
I am between jobs.
You don't seem...
Nonsense. Wanted. 1 relic, scarlet, roughly the size...
You waste your time.
Wait,
You keep none.
I've only found...
You bother...
Well, no.
How did you learn?
My brother told...
Where is he
Oh,
now?
he...
How did you come to be a thief?
That's a long and terrible story that you wouldn't want to hear.
You found something that could not be yours.
Basically.
You should learn to be satisfied with what you have.
Oh, there was nothing reasonable about her. Do you ever doubt your choices?
I follow the will of the gods. I do not know doubt.
Things never seem to turn out like I hope they will.
Perhaps you should have followed another path.
Try living in the slums before you lecture me.
From any station, you could live a life of balance.
My friend, shall we depart to Chaldeum?
It was all just stories. My uncle saw what he wanted to see.
Deckard sacrificed much to protect this world. But his work is not over.
What would you know about sacrifice?
Tyrael, the ancient law of the high heavens strictly forbids us from interfering with the mortal world. Yet you have done so, brazenly.
All I am guilty of, Imperius, is bringing justice, while you hide, cowering behind your throne.
Silence! You will now answer for your transgressions.
You cannot judge me. I am justice itself. We were meant for more than this. To protect the innocent. But if our precious laws bind you all to inaction, then I will no longer stand as your brother.
You chose to be one of us.
Sacrilege.
Thus, I fell willingly. Because humanity is the only hope for this world.
I never believed all your crazy tales. The work. You never finished. I will finish it, Uncle. I will carry on for you.
Now that Tristram is safe, I travel to Chaldeum, the great city of the East. It has fallen before one of the last lords of hell, Belial. I mean to set the